Hi everybody, Holly Clear, the Social Media Advisor, here with my partner Erin Sell of Socially Powered, and we have another guest for you today.
Yay! Please welcome our friend Michelle Hoglan with Top Hat Creative Marketing.
Thank you, ladies. Very excited to be here.
Thank you for coming. So Michelle's company focuses on finding yourself in Google, online reputation management, and this is imperative. I get phone calls from people all the time. What do I do about these reviews? What do I do about this? And I'm not finding myself. They are really the experts in the industry when it comes to that. So it's an honor to have you here and getting to talk about your passion.
Thank you very much. Well, we love what we do. The way we're creative is how we work with our clients. We start with a foundation of collecting feedback and turning that into reviews for them. We have a filter system that we use, and we are very excited to get in and figure out what the client is wanting to achieve, what their goals are, how they consider themselves successful. And we coach them on how to gather the feedback, how to filter the feedback, and then use those reviews to, if they're negative, because let's face it, everybody gets a negative review occasionally.
Yes, it does.
If it's negative, they can immediately reach out to that client or patient and solve that problem and hopefully turn it into a good review. If it's a good review, then we immediately push them out to Google or Facebook or Yelp. Google being number one, because we all know that's where it is, Google.
Right.
So Google is super important in as far as being able to be found. The warm referrals are fantastic from Aunt Martha, but 90% of the people are still going to Google.
Here's your bread basket and your business card, and have a good day.
Which is fantastic. You definitely want that. But you also want that strong presence on Google as well. So when people look you up, they want to see current reviews, they want to see what's happening, and they go for people that they're going to know, like, and trust. And how you appear on Google is huge, and that's what we do. We coach our clients to make their best appearance possible on Google.
Okay,
That's
so
great.
You mentioned Google. You also mentioned Yelp and Facebook. So one of those is kind of a not so happy word in a lot of people's mouths. What is your perspective on all three platforms? What's the best? And well, you mentioned Google is the best.
Yes, Google by far is number one. Yelp is really becoming number two. A lot of people aren't comfortable dealing with Yelp. It's more of a West Coast type thing. I know it's huge in California, but it's rapidly gaining on Google. I don't think it ever will be Google, but it's going to come very, very close.
So it's not going away anytime soon.
It's not going away anytime soon. And I will say that a little trick that we do teach our clients that I'm happy to share with everybody is you don't necessarily have to be an active Yelper to post on Yelp. If you have the app on your phone and you go into a restaurant or you go into a spa, things like that, you can immediately check in on your app through Yelp, and it'll post your review, even if you haven't posted in years or it's your very first one.
So even if they haven't, what if they haven't created a Yelp account yet?
I don't, as far as I know, with that app that you have, because I had to go in and create an account with Yelp, and I get feedback through that, you do actually have to have an account with Yelp. Though a lot of people will create it because it was kind of the thing to do, a while back, but then they never used it. And I will say that I'm guilty of that as well. I'm really, really trying to be a lot better at when I check in somewhere to go to the Yelp app and check in at a restaurant or things like that.
Wow,
And that's funny, because in my personal opinion, I definitely, me as a consumer, not necessarily as a social media person, I don't really pay attention to Yelp at all. I mean, I would be more inclined to go look at Google or Facebook reviews.
Exactly.
Yelp's just, I feel like Yelp is somewhat of a contrived platform.
It is a little bit, but it is gaining ground. It really is. And it's kind of the gorilla in the room you don't want to really acknowledge.
Yeah.
But it is becoming a lot more important in the world of reviews and things like that. A lot of people pay attention to it. Now, I will stress again, it is more regional. It is West Coast. There are some places in the Midwest that use it a little bit more. But for right now, Google's still number one. But we do coach our clients. We'll start with Google. That's the number one, that we really try and get their presence built up on that. Yeah. And then with our system, we can bounce around. We can do Yelp for a few months and then go back to Google. We can tie Facebook in there as well. So give the client complete control over where we're putting those reviews for them.
Well, and that's the thing too. You know, you want to have, if you're going to have a presence online, you want to have it in the right places, in the places where people are using it.
Right.
And unfortunately, in my world, I'm not a Yelp user that much either. But if people are using it, you've got to have a presence there because that's your audience. Those are the people that are coming to visit you. And those are the people who are talking about you, whether you want them to or not. So encouraging positive interactions. Well, what about negative? What about the negative feedback? What do you do with that?
Well, with our clients, we express to them, again, everyone's going to get negative feedback.
Yeah.
That's just the world we live in. Honestly, what we try and coach our clients to do is to get all types of feedback. A key point would be if they were going into a chiropractor's office and they had to wait for 30 minutes. The session was fantastic, but they had to wait. We really want you to post that review because that's an honest review. If all you're doing is blowing fairy dust and sunshine, those aren't going to be believed as much
Rainbows
as
and unicorns?
Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
the rainbows. Yeah, the unicorns
They
are
want the
rainbows.
good stuff. They want the good stuff.
That's
So,
cool. Okay.
Well, and it's good feedback for the office as well. I
Yes.
mean, if your clients are waiting 30 minutes, what can you do to fix that so it doesn't happen to them next time?
Exactly,
Right.
and
So-
that's what we tell our clients as well. Don't get just feedback from people coming in the door. Get it from your employees as well, because there may be a problem that you don't realize. If you can nip that in the bud right off the bat, that's huge.
Well, and
Yeah.
people aren't really talking to the managers or owners of the companies anymore. They're really talking
no.
about other things. You know, I'm going to share with the 10 people I know best, right? And you're going to pay, right? Darn it, you're going to pay, and I'm going to tell everybody I know. Well, everyone on the internet and beyond. So if you can take an experience and make it into an experience and something positive for either you're changing your processes internally, which makes it for a positive, or you're taking that experience and making it a positive for that user, that's awesome. Okay, great.
Yes.
So
Awesome.
Are we out of time? Or
no,
we're
No.
we
doing
still
good?
have.
Oh, wonderful.
Actually,
Okay.
we are out of time.
Time flies when you're having fun. I
I'm
know.
having such a great time with you guys. I looked up and I'm like, wait a minute.
That's it. This is awesome. Thank you so much for coming and talking to us about this. This is a
Yes.
valuable topic. I'd
Yes.
like to dive more into it. Everybody, join us back here at Sundays at 7 for Social 7, and we'll visit again soon.
Thanks so much for being here, Michelle.
Yeah,
Thank you,
thank
ladies.
you.
I appreciate it.
All right. Bye, Periscope World.
I usually